You're live on YouTube. All right, everybody. Good morning. It is Tuesday morning. It's 5:45, so I'm about 15 minutes early. Um, Everything was ready when I got in there. I mean, everything. I didn't even have to write up the invoice, so I am way ahead of time today. We've only got one delivery today to What a Day. I'm not going to get gas today. I don't need gas today. So it's going to be a short trip today. We'll probably be back at or slightly before 7. So one delivery today, What a Day, and and no gas today, but Tuesdays are normally pretty quick. So let's get Rosie. Let's wake up Rosie. Rosie.
Connected to YouTube live stream NDDVAB8NYBC. Connected to YouTube live stream NDDVAB8NYBC.
All right, we are connected to the live stream. Grows. So here we go. Seatbelts attached. I guess I should turn the lights on. I'm going to turn the lights on for a little while. And here we go. Let's get out there. Pursue some happiness. That car's doing good there. Bakery will open in 15 minutes. Is that I know it is. All right, here we go. We have a TrafCon level 4. It's not a holiday, but it's also a pretty late day. And actually, this route, I don't have too much traffic going this way on this route. Gets a little heavy when we get on the last part of the trip over there, but not bad at all. Another sunny day. We got some clouds out there. We got a big full moon. Oh, the moon is still there. See it? Big moon, full moon. Yeah, 90%. 90%. It's bright. Colorful clouds. Things are good. I was up late again last night. I got to get that under control. I got to snap out of the nap late night thing. I want to reduce my naps, increase my solid sleep time. You know, I mean, it's working all right, but it's weird, you know, like I'm up at 11 o'clock and I have to get, you know, I wake up at 2:30. So there's like not a lot of time there. But I napped enough yesterday that I'm not worried about being sleep deprived. So it's official now, our contest. We got a contest going on. The Lenny's sign watch. Oh, look, cows are right. Whoa, there's a cow pooping. They're right up to the fence today. So I put that together yesterday. That goes. I had one guess. So a couple of guesses came in and they were in the, you know, end of this month, that kind of range. You know, they were closer to the end of this month. So most people, it looks like, think it's going to be, so far, we're thinking like the end of this month. But one person guessed September the 7th. I don't know if it's going to last that long. Because now Now, I know nothing about the Lenny's sign. Okay, so don't assume I know anything about what I'm talking about right now. But that never stops me from talking. So I'm wondering if, so Lenny's is in that shopping center, right? There's like a little strip of shops, and there's a fitness club there and all that kind of stuff. So is Lenny's responsible for their sign? I mean, maybe, I guess they are. I don't know how that works. Like, does the owner of the building, maybe they do own the building. I don't know. So I don't know any of that. I don't know, like, who's responsible for fixing the sign. I don't even know if they know the sign is out. They might not even know. And I'm not going to tell them, because I thought about that yesterday when I was in there and I was talking to that one guy. I thought, should I bring up the fact that their sign is partially out? But I'm not going to do it, because I feel like that would be interfering with the future. I don't want to have any influence on when the sign is fixed. So the sun has basically risen, but you can still see the moon very clearly. It's kind of funny. Let's turn this corner, you will see it off to the straight ahead up there. Very bright. So we've got the moon behind me and the sun the sun behind us and the moon ahead of us. At the same time. It's interesting. Oh, so another big thing. Tomorrow. I'm gonna have to post something this afternoon about this because I don't remember all of the specific details, but tomorrow is the grand opening for Raising Cane's. And so when we drive down to Lenny's tomorrow morning, we will definitely go down Reisterstown Road. We're going to go the business route. And we will pass Raising Cane's. Now they officially open at 10 o'clock. I guess that's their normal business hours. I don't think they have a breakfast menu. So they open at 10 o'clock. However, because it's the grand opening, and I think it's like a certain number of people get like free little tchotchke things, like little handouts. I don't know what it would be, but little, they're going to be giving away little Raising Cane's merchandise stuff. So that's one thing. And then for the first 100 people, I think that's for the first, something happens for the first 100 people. Then they have another contest or something where I think it might be first X number of people that buy a certain meal or something. So if you go in and you buy it, you're entered into another contest to potentially win free Raising Cane's for a year. Now, I think that probably means you get one meal a week or something like that. Like it's not like you can survive off of it. Been down that rabbit hole before. That's not how it usually works. So I didn't read all the specifics about it, but I'm pretty sure it's probably just like one meal a week for a year or something like that. So that should be tempting enough, I think, to have people in line for the grand opening, so that they're like one of the first people to go in to the restaurant. I'm gonna guess that there will be some people in line when we go by Raising Cane's tomorrow at whatever time. We're probably going to drive by there about 5:45, between 5:30 and 5:45. So we'll see. And if there are people there, I don't know, maybe I'll stop, talk to them. I did that one time. I've never posted this video. I don't know why. Like, I haven't really completed the video, but I did this there was a Wendy's in Eldersburg that opened up back in November, I think. So I had not been live streaming very long. And I was all excited. They were going to be there, I drove by, they were there. I think it was like for the first 100 people, they got free Wendy's for a year. And so there was a line. There were maybe like 30 people there when I got there. It was a Saturday morning. And I think it was November the 1st, if that was a Saturday. But I was surprised that there weren't 100 people. The ones that were there had been there like since midnight. So they were expecting it to be like 100 people, because there weren't 100 people there yet. So like, you still had an opportunity. You could have gone to Wendy's, gotten in line, and been one of the first 100 people, even at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So I was kind of surprised. But I stopped and I talked to them. And I should put that film. I should finish that and put that film up. But anyway, I might do the same thing tomorrow at Raising Cane's. If there's a huge line of people and, balloons and happiness and all that stuff, I have to. Maybe I'll take some cookies or something. I did do that. I took cookies at Wendy's. But I had probably been live streaming for a few weeks at that point. I think I started live streaming in October. So it was pretty early on. Now I'm a professional. Now I'm a professional. So I know what I'm doing. I can walk out, I can put my phone on the gimbal and walk around, look like I know what I'm doing. I've got multiple phones. I got all kinds of stuff now. I've got a microphone. I might... No, I don't think I had a microphone. I think I was using the phone's microphone back then. That's another video I want to make. See, I got all these ideas in my head, and I feel like I don't have any time. And I'm some retired guy that just drives a van in the morning. Why don't I have time for this? I am actually working in the bakery this morning. I normally don't on Tuesdays, but Dave, who normally works during the week, is going to be out today. So I'm going to fill in for him. So I've got that going on. I'll probably be at the bakery until 12 or 1. kind of shooting for 12 because I have a graduation that I'm going to this evening. So I want to get home and do a little bit of work in the yard. And then maybe, depending on if I get how hard I work in the yard, if I get sweaty, I'm going to take a shower. The good thing is I really don't think I'm going to have time today for a nap if I play right. Which means when I get home I'm just going to go to bed as soon as I get home from the graduation. And maybe I can kick off my new sleep pattern. I don't know. That's the plan. It'll be kind of slow at the bakery though because a few people are out today. There's not a lot of people. So the baking and dirty dishes and stuff will be, I think, maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud. I don't want to jinx myself. It'd be nice if it'd be like today. I mean, like right now, well, now actually a second person I think just started at 6 o'clock. But when I got there, it was just Jackie. She was basically doing everything. And so it's easier to keep up with one person, although Jackie is one of the harder people to keep up with because she works like crazy. So, but sometimes there are like, 6 or 8 people in there baking, mixing, decorating, basically making a mess. Clouds are neat. I like the clouds. Oh, got a green light. Stay green. I was thinking about washing the van because I want to make a video. One of the videos I've been thinking about, 2 actually. One is I want to do a short video, not a short, but an actual long, they call them long form videos, like the horizontal, not the kind where it's just like a 2-minute thing. But I want to do a video about setting up, like what do I do as a viewer. I mean, you know what it looks like looking out the window, and if you're coming back at me, but like, how is it set up? What do I do when I get in the van? How do I set it all up? Where I put the Starlink? Because since it's not my vehicle, I basically have to set it up every time I get in, right? Except for I do have the suction cup mount that's on the windshield, stays there. But other than that, I've got to put the Starlink on the roof, set up the speaker for Rosie, set up the camera, set up the screen buddy so that I have my text to speech Oh, and then I have a third phone that I use for the music. So I have a phone that is connected to Starlink. It doesn't have cell service on it, but I've connected it to the Starlink, so I have access to the internet. And then I open up YouTube Music, like YouTube Music. I haven't always liked it, but I actually prefer it now over like Sirius XM. So, so there's like a process I go through. It probably takes maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10, because I have the microphone on. That's another thing. So I just want to kind of like document what I do. So if somebody is thinking about live streaming from their car, they can kind of see what to
MC
expect.
says, good morning. What is the point of this story?
I don't know.
I forgot.
Good morning, Mookie. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud. I'm talking about a video I'm thinking about making. How have you been? What are you up to? I saw your guest on the Lenny's lights. That's probably a solid guess. I don't think it's going to take too long. I mean, they just went out. So the first day that they were out, I went back and I looked at our day-to-day drive-along videos, the replays. And the first day that the lights were out was 5/25, which was a Monday. It was Labor Day. Memorial Day. So 5/25 was the first day the lights were out, but we didn't notice it. And then Tuesday, the 26th, I don't go to Lenny's on Tuesdays, so we wouldn't have seen it then. And then Wednesday was the day that we noticed it. So they haven't been out that long.
Listener 207 says, good morning, Craig. How are you this morning? Morning, Mookie.
Good morning, Suzanne. How are you? Doing good here. Doing very good. It's cooler, but it's very nice.
And an only Mookie MC says everything is fine. I thought I would get up early and maybe do some DoorDash before noon.
Oh. Get the morning crowd. Have you been doing a fair amount of the door dashing? Like, do you have a regular kind of schedule you're keeping, or are you just doing it when you have time?
And only Mookie MC says good morning, at Seasoner 207. At Gideonet says good morning at Mookie and it's Suzanne.
Janet, good morning. Hey everybody, tomorrow, I don't want to forget to mention it again. You might have been here earlier, but tomorrow, Raising Cane's in Owings Mills is going to open up, grand opening. So we're going to be driving by at about probably between 5:30 and 5:45 is when we drive by there. Now, they open at 10, but they got, their grand opening. They're going to have freebies and stuff. So I'm going to post when I get home today, this afternoon. I'll post the info about their grand opening so you can see what people will be. I think people will be in line because if you're the first, I don't know, the first 100 people or something, you get a chance to win. I think they're giving away 20. I don't know. I was reading it yesterday, and I think they're giving away 20 free, free meals for a year, kind of reward. So, if I gotta believe there will be people in line because they also have merchandise they're going to be handing out to people, like the first 100 people and stuff like that. So when we go by, if there's a long line of people there, I'm going to stop, talk to them. The last time I did that, I was a novice. Now I'm a professional. And the last time I did it, it was a Wendy's. And I mean, I like Wendy's, but I'm not like, I really like Raising Cane's. I like
Venus says, sounds like I will be standing in line tomorrow morning at Raising Cane's.
You might be.
The one and only Mookie MC says I do it randomly. 2 days ago I had my first day where I broke the 100 mark for 4 hours of dashing.
Wow.
That for a little extra money.
That's really good. That's very good for 4 hours. That's excellent.
One and only Mookie MC says good morning at Gideonet.
I mean, when Wendy's did this, and that was back in November, they had the same thing, but they were giving free Wendy's for a year to the first 100 people. So I thought when I drove by there that there were going to be like 100 people. There weren't. There were only like maybe 30, 40 at the most. I was shocked. And that was like, 6 o'clock, 6:15. So you could have gotten there, probably by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, and you'd still be in the first 100. I don't think that's going to be the case with Raising Cane. I could be wrong. But I'm kind of expecting a long line of people there. What am I doing? So that'll be fun. That's tomorrow morning. So the next 24 hours, it's going to be busy.
Gideonet says, is this in Eldersburg?
No. The Wendy's was in Eldersburg. Raising Cane's is in Owings Mills. It's actually directly across the street from the restaurant that used to be a Gino's, and it was my first job ever. Oh, here we are. Wow, we're here early. We're early. Yeah, it's right by. It's right across from. Well, it's a Burger King now, but it used to be where Geno's was. I went down there Saturday, maybe Saturday or Sunday. I went down there. Yeah.
One and only Mookie MC says, what kind of food is Raising Cane? Is it food featuring only cane sugar? At Gideonette says Owings Mills.
Yeah.
I changed my mind.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering about that. Raising Cane's is chicken fingers. And I mean, they have like bread, like toasted bread, and they've got fries and stuff like that. But really, they don't have burgers or anything. They just have chicken fingers. But they're really good. They're very juicy. They're very good. All right, I'm gonna call them. I thought they would have seen me. They probably don't expect me here this early. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about what the crowd will look like tomorrow. Although you have to be sort of a dedicated enthusiast to be up that early. Stay up all night, sit line day. Yeah, this. What are we gonna do? Here we go. Let's call. What are they? Janet, you got to get your guests in for the Lenny sign. Up there he is. See? I'm gonna finally get over the fact that they don't pick up the phone. All right, this is gonna be the last time you're ever gonna hear me speak of it. I'm tired. Getting frustrated by that. Oh, okay, there you go. Good morning. Good morning. Wow, they don't have any trays. They only have a few trays. This is good since I'm working. And I think I'm going to have. Thank you. Yeah, I think they've gotten a little out of whack with their inventory. Here we go. Yeah. This is a little croissant thing that they're doing.
What does free food for a year mean?
Free food for a year. Now, here's what it meant at Wendy's, right? Like, I didn't know what it meant at all, right? So the first time I drove by Wendy's and it said free food for a year, I had all these great ideas in my head about how you could, like, you wouldn't have to go to the grocery store. You could just eat there every day. How many times a day? You know, like, these were all questions I had. But It turns out you only got one meal a week. One meal, yeah, it was one meal a week. And that's kind of lame, you know what I mean? So I'm sure that it's probably the same kind of thing. Actually, on their website, if you go to, if you want to look it up, all the information is now on the web. It just showed up yesterday. And, oh, the other delivery guy is here. Okay. Just pulled in. He's got those kind of fancy air brakes and stuff. My van doesn't make those kind of noises. So if you go to the web and you go to Raising Cane's, and then if you go to locations and you look at Owings Mills, Maryland, you will see their grand opening info. And it has like what you win. But I think it's still only like for a week. I mean, one thing a week. And some merchandise. And there will be, I think it said there's going to be, like, I guess probably political people there, you know, like city or county council people or whatever. People who want to take credit. All right, have a good one, you guys. I'll leave the door open. Why did I come? Okay. We'll leave the door for that guy. He's probably like, what is this guy doing? Here we go. How you doing? I think that was the guy who was spending a lot of time doing the, remember the guy that was like taking forever to put the boxes on the, what you call it? What do you call the thing? Not a dolly. What is that thing? You know what I'm talking about. Got two wheels. Thing at the bottom. You pile the boxes up on it, then you lean it backwards and roll it. What is the thing called? What is that called? That thing right there. Remember? He was like, I think somebody even made a comment, probably Mookie, that he was taking it for, like, we could sit here and watch, but that would be rude. All right, here we are. Done. I got my trays. Don't need to get gas. Yeah, so I'll be in the bakery today for a while. Dave is off.
One and only Mookie MC says Bob should start a contest. One free donut every day for a year. I would strongly consider moving there if I won.
Wow. You would make you for a free donut every day? It's not bad. That's not too bad. That's less than a dozen a week. See how quick I came up with that? Um, but what would it be for? We'd have to come up with some reason to give that prize to somebody. What are you going to do for that?
Gideonet says at Mookie, I love that idea. Free donuts for a year is a great prize. At Gideonet says your math skills are impressive.
Well, but, oh, you know what? 10th anniversary's coming up.
One and only Mookie MC says we could ride along with Craig and put on a show at Gideonet.
Or, yeah, you know what we could do? All right, there's two opportunities. It could be something related to the van. I really want to put, instead of putting a decal on the van that's like a caricature of me, like I'm trying to get out of that. But instead of that, I think we should have a QR code. I know somebody's going to say that's not going to work, but I bet you if we put a QR code on the back of the van or the side or whatever and said, you know, follow, it could just have a thing there, something that says,
Mookie MC says a mobile variety show.
Follow our deliveries.
At Gideonet says at Mookie, I love that idea. I'm in.
But if I'm driving along and somebody looked at it, they'd look at the QR code and they'd be like, scan this and you can follow along as we make deliveries. Right? I would probably do that. I think if I was driving next to a van and it said, scan this, and you might be live. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But so it could be van related or it could be 10th anniversary related. Something about the 10th anniversary. Because that's coming up at the end of the summer. So if we had some kind of contest.
One and only Mookie MC says if there is anyone that is a real character, it's Craig.
Could be. I mean, we're out here. We're out here on the roads every day. Every day but Thursday. Oh, and then I have the graduation thing to go through tonight. It's going to be a long day. I think that's good, though, because I'm not going to have time to nap today. So that'll help me get back in a more...
And only Mookie MC says we could put a speaker on the van and Craig can do some mobile karaoke.
Well, yeah, but I could be exposing myself to a copyright strike. I heard somebody say, and I don't know if this is true or not. I heard on a podcast, one of the ladies that was talking said that you can get a copyright strike even if you're singing the song.
Gideon says at Mookie there are only 2 seats in the band, so we'll have to take turns sitting in the back with the trays.
Well, you're all here anyway. I mean, everybody's here in spirit and in voice. Not in voice, your actual voice, but oh, there's deer outside. Ooh. Ooh. You know, I was watching the guy that's skateboarding across the U.S. He's in I don't know if he's still in Louisiana. He might be in the, I don't know. He left Texas, he got into Louisiana. I think he was still in Louisiana yesterday. But he seems to be doing better. He was having a tough time for a while in Texas because the roads were so rough. But the roads are better, and he's getting more mileage in every day. His goal was to be done by the end of May.
The one and only Mookie MC says putting me with the donuts might eat into our profits.
Well, you can only eat one every day. One donut a day. That would be a reasonable. I think you could probably manage that. I mean, is somebody going to actually come in every day? You can't get, 3 or 4 donuts for the week. You've got to come in every day. You're probably going to buy a coffee, maybe. That would be a good contest.
And only Mookie MC says it would be like a gym membership. Show up for 2 weeks and then never again.
Yeah. Maybe. It's like the opposite of a gym membership, though, because you would just get more and more out of shape. Although I don't think a donut a day would really hurt you. I mean, yesterday we had a discussion about cookie dough. And it was brought to our attention that cookie dough can be very dangerous. But, because you can get salmonella from it. But I don't think it's going to stop me from eating cookie dough.
Net says so the ride along with Craig is the prize. I think there would be a lot of interest. At Donna says I wonder who said that.
Oh, you're Donna. Hi, Donna. Donna was looking out for us. She has our health in mind. I don't. What you are you thinking that like the prize would be that they would ride along in the van? I don't know if that's a prize. I don't know, guys. I mean, I know I make it look super exciting, but you know, that's TV. That's TV.
One and only Mookie MC says, why am I not surprised that you had a lengthy conversation about cookie dough? The one and only Mookie MC says, good morning, at Donaku594. At Donna says, morning all.
Cookie dough and eggs. We got into eggs quite a bit. I haven't done it yet, but I heard that you can put eggshells in your coffee grinds when you're making coffee. If you like include them in with the coffee.
Yes, and you get to participate in the live conversation.
Oh, yeah, true. Well, and you know what? I'd have to get some glasses that kind of like that look all blurry and kind of like so that when you put the glasses on, it looks like you're in Minecraft. You know what I mean? Like it tries to make the scenery look pixelated so that you can feel like you're really there. Oops, there's a little animal didn't make it. Like when we go through those heavily wooded areas, you have to wear those glasses. This is perfect. We got a break from the sun. It's not in our eyes. Not in our eyes. Oh, hey everybody. Oh no. Did you see it before that? On the other side of that school bus is a glove in the road. It's a white glove. It's not a big white glove. It's just a regular size white glove. And I almost had time to show it to you, but then that school bus pulled up.
One and only Mookie MC says, Craig, the experience would be an interesting versus our video game.
True. It's true. Would it be like an all expenses paid? So wherever you're traveling from, do you have to get yourself here and a hotel, or would that be our responsibility? It's a lot to think about. $385. Wise. Going down again. $385. Donnie, you got to get your guess in on the Lenny sign contest. We did confirm that it went out on the 25th. That was the first day. The first day that the sign was out. And so I don't know. I have no idea how long it's going to take it to fix it. This will be a good one. The one
that says it will say all expenses paid, but the fine print notes that the winner actually pays it. At Donna says it will be fixed by September.
By September? You don't think before September? I think that's a long time. I don't know. Well, and the one I did think about this though, because if we had somebody did guess September the 7th. Which I think the idea behind that, I think, would be that that's when it starts to get darker.
I said by September, so any TM before, I win.
Oh, no. It doesn't work. You have to settle on a date. It was like, I thought about it. I didn't realize that. Oh, well, I did realize, but I didn't really think about the fact that for the Christmas decoration contest, OG Sean had guessed never. Like, he thought that they were never going to take all of the Christmas decorations down. But
Anna says I'm changing rules after the fact.
But if I had thought, I didn't think about it, but you could never win never. Like, if your guess is never, you can't win because it's never. You're never going to win. It's like, I mean, it's an obvious fact, but I hadn't really thought about it. So don't guess never, because you can't win.
Anna says right, so I will change to October.
October? I don't know. The only reason it might, if it lasts through the summer, it would last through the summer, I think, is because
Anna says by October.
Because the sun comes up early enough that you don't really need the light on when they open. So if that could play a role in it. I don't know. Like, I don't ever see the people that really manage the place and own it anymore. Like the owners or managers or whatever their titles are, I don't see those people. I see one guy that kind of, he's been there forever, and I think he has some slightly more senior role, but I don't know. I think the people that would be making the decision about fixing the sign, there you go. I think the people that are going to be involved in fixing the sign probably don't get there until later. And in the summertime, it's going to be sunny already. So we don't have to look at this house anymore. It's going to take me a while to get used to just driving by. I want to get a shot.
And only Mookie MC says, is this kind of how the cookie dough conversation went?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, sort of. See, I didn't elaborate more. I was tempted, but I controlled myself.
Anna says yes, that's best.
Here's that school bus. Sometimes we catch the school bus when it's kind of like turning around to get in this position. But that's where he kind of cues. That's the school bus cue right there. But you know, earlier I had mentioned, and I don't know if it's true or not. Can you get a copyright strike for just singing a song? Do you think that's a thing?
One and only Mookie MC says use this clip to illustrate what the ride-along winner told expect.
There are, I don't know how many of these I've done now. 100, 150, something like that. There are lots of examples.
Anna says but there is a story behind why a sane person would leave a winter decor up until almost summer. Activionet says lol. The one and only Mookie MC says it probably depends on how well you sing.
Do you think? Really? I mean, I wasn't sure whether this person on the podcast was saying that because they didn't want to sing, you know, or because they really thought they'd get in trouble for it. They wanted to pretend like they wanted to sing, but really they didn't. That's one option. Or they may have really believed they could get a copyright strike for singing a song. I mean, is it like the melody and the words?
Says, yeah, I don't see a copyright issue in your future, Craig.
I don't think so either.
Anna says I think it might have something to do if you make money from singing it.
Oh, really? Maybe, yeah. I mean, it is somebody else's song. One of my recent shorts I think it was the one with the deer. Uh, I got a warning, not a warning, but I got a notice that people in Colombia cannot watch it. It's restricted in Colombia, that song. That was a new one. Usually it's Russia. Look, the cows are up, walking along right by the fence. Boy, that's a big cow right there. They're all headed the other direction. Oh yeah, look, this house, remember that house, the one that burnt down? Got it all done.
One and only Mookie MC says that's a shame. I know you have a big following and lots of fans in Colombia.
You never know. You never know. Oh, you know what? I was looking at one of my replays and I saw the live chat, and I believe Justicat has changed her username. Has anybody else noticed this? Like, I was watching the.
One and only Mookie MC says I enjoy telling people now that instead of carrying a pocket knife, I carry a pocket drill.
Yes. I noticed that. Does it have a good battery life on it? Like, can you get a decent number of drills out of one charge? But anyway, I think, which means that if Justicat comes back in our room and says anything, it's not going to know to call. I gotta change
One and
YouTube.
only Mookie MC says what did she change her name to?
It's something longer, like Girl Sort. Something Girl Sawyer. Like, I think she was. I think she has, like, especially with like the name Sawyer, it could go male or female. So I think enough people were asking it. She was getting tired of the question. Maybe that's why she changed it. But I'm sure that was, yeah, it was definitely her. Because it was saying the in my replay, you could hear Rosie is still saying in the replay, Rosie was still saying, uh, I'm dangerous. But it was when this username, something Girl Sawyer. I'm Girl Sawyer, something like that. So yeah, I think she changed it. I have to go back and look. Maybe I can manually fix Rosie so she says the right thing. And I think I'm gonna go, Mookie, I think we should change you to Cool Breeze now because we're in summer now. We're in summer. We should go Cool Breeze. Or The Breeze. Do you have a preference? It was a fast ride. We just had the one delivery, back and forth in no time. Now I got to go in there and do a little work.
One and only Mookie MC says that was a fast ride.
It was. It was.
One and only Mookie MC says the breeze is short and sweet.
The Breeze. All right, we're going to go with The Breeze. We'll set that up today. So, if you have a chance, we'll be checking out Raising Cane's and seeing what's going on at the grand opening. It will be before the grand opening. They don't open until 10, but I'm thinking there will be people there in line. Maybe, maybe not. But we'll know by this time tomorrow. All right, everybody. Have a great day. I hope everybody's weather's decent. Ours still is. And yeah, tomorrow, 5:15, we'll be back. Be good.
Anna says have a good day all.
Thanks everybody for stopping in. Yeah, time went by extremely fast this morning. I feel like I just left. So.
One and only Mookie MC says thanks for the trip. Find out more about their contest and get in line if it is not crowded.
I'm not going to be able to get in line because I got to make my deliveries.
At says see ya.
All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Thanks for riding. Appreciate you.